What's up, everyone? Today is June 6th, the day that I graduate, and I already got my diploma and all that. And I just want to come on here, say the rest of my words, and because I gotta make this video, gotta get that video done and all that. So look, man, just simple as this shit, man. Don't lose your path in life. Don't lose dedication. Don't lose your way. Don't lose your purpose. Don't lose who you are. Find who you are. If you don't know who you are, find what you like. Dedicate yourself to it and work at it. Now, I'm not here to be on some special motivational shit or chase your dreams and all that. And you should chase your dreams. Yeah, it's great. I apologize for this fucking flabby shit. But look, you should chase your dreams and you should strive for good things. But I say you should strive for a better life. You should strive for a good life. And as I said in my other videos, you should strive for something that cannot be bought. Strive for moments that you cannot forget. Strive for people that you cannot sell or lose. Priceless people, priceless moments, priceless things. There's things in this world that can never be bought that people really find value in. And until you really actually try to experience and try to live in the moment, try to enjoy things, try to be grateful for what you have, and try to be grateful for who you have, whether they're fake or not, for the smiles that they bring to you, for at least being there for you, for at least being blood related to you, for at least nurturing you and taking care of you for your whole life. At least be grateful for all that. And keep moving. Be aware of what you have. Don't take it for granted. We're young. And if you're probably 60-something in this age, or somewhere around that age, you should know as well that it's possible to just have regret and not enjoy things in life. You want a life that you enjoy, not a life that you regret or that you wouldn't live to the fullest. And what I mean by the fullest is that what it takes to live a full life, to life that's fulfilling, it doesn't mean being at 100% every day. Sometimes you could be at 5%, sometimes you could be at 20%, sometimes at 30, sometimes at 15. You're not always going to be at 100% every day. But are you going to give 100% of 15% every day? Are you going to give 100% of your 20% of that day? Or are you going to give 100% of your 30% of the next day? It's not about being constantly on the move, being constantly motivated, being constantly disciplined, and being on the go, and just simply attacking it every day. That's impossible. It's impossible to have 100% dedication, work ethic, whatever you think it is. Whatever that motivation is that pops up occasionally. Whatever it is, that 3 a.m. motivation, whatever that fucking bullshit is, whatever you think you're gonna do in the future, do not get caught up in the moment. Do not get caught up in the delusion that it's going to be guaranteed that you are going to be feeling that way in the next moment. Because an hour could go by and all that motivation could be fucking gone. The real you comes back, the lazy you comes back, the you that has to deal with reality comes back. And that's alright that we get our vision, we get our motivation, we have our reasons, and that's amazing that we do. But the purpose is to use those reasons rightfully. Use your feelings rightfully to motivate yourself. Know how to motivate yourself. Know how to spur the best out of you in the possible moment. And keep taking action. Okay, I feel like shit today. I woke up like shit today. I still got up. I got ready. I walked. I graduated. I ate. I got fucking tired as shit. I hit the gym. And I couldn't really do anything. I had no energy, no motivation in me. But at the end of the day, I still gave what I could. And every set that I possibly can, with every energy I had, I still tried. And it's not about going 100% every day, like I said. Remember, consistency beats spurs of energy. If you're an athlete, if you ever been in a race, you know that someone who's jogging constantly at a constant speed, it's better to jog at a constant speed than just sprint occasionally and just stop every now and then. Y'all know about the fucking dumbass story about the rabbit and the turtle. The turtle won the race. Whatever it's called. Whatever that story is called, man. You know the story. It's popular. Life is a marathon, not a race. And you don't always gotta be getting to that finish line immediately. And I know that I don't have the background. I'm not exactly showing you the evidence. I'm not exactly the evidence itself. But the point is that if you reference to other people, you look into other people's lives, it's a possible reference to anything. When you see something that reoccurs again and again and again and again and again and again in multiple people's lives, you start to find the ticking gear that moves everything. It won't be noticed, but it surely will be doing its job. And what I mean by that gear, I mean by that consistency, that discipline, that reasoning, that purpose, that fulfillment, who you are. Sometimes it's not exactly all that work that's gonna get you there. It's who you are, who you became to get you there. Hard work isn't exactly gonna cut it. It builds you. And that's where the real work comes in itself, because you evolve from that. And look, man, I want you to just preference. If you have a goal, you have a job, if you have a future career, future anything, position in life, any fulfillment, any purpose, I want you to search up people. I want you to find people who are in that industry. I want you to find people to look up to. You don't look up to the nurse when you're trying to become an astronaut, because what are you gonna listen and get? What type of advice are you gonna get from the nurse? How is she gonna tell you what to do when you get into space? Same thing. How can you listen to an astronaut? What is an astronaut gonna tell you when you gotta help a patient who's got something really bad and they need to figure out symptoms of something? Man, look. The point is, I want you to find someone to look up to. It doesn't matter what it is, in any industry in life. You always reference to them. You always find the reoccurring gear that happens and that you see putting in work. There's always going to be something hidden, a hidden gem within everything that makes everything spark. Within each firework, within each explosion, first comes the string, then it comes the powder. The powder itself is the work. The work itself is lighting it up and letting that shit just... And then eventually the gear is gonna hit and bam. You get the result of your work. Just like a plant, life is so simple. You put in the energy, you put in the hours, you put in the work, and you will get something back. You go to the gym, you put in the hours, you put in the work, you get something back. You go to school, you put in the work, put in the hours, you study and you learn shit, and you get results, and you get something back. Something else in life. Sports, put in the fucking work. Singing, art. You should know by now, and that if you're watching my videos, you have a passion for sure, and you know what your passions are. You should know what your passions are. If you don't, find them out. But once you do, just know that you can reference to anything. Anything is really possible, especially if you're young. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. But the fact that I'm 18 years old shows that I have many more years to come. As long as I'm taking care of my health and I'm doing the best to secure my life, my youth and time is secure, and I could risk anything. I could risk investments. I could risk getting a career. I could risk going to school for 10 years and then stop and then go back to wanting to go to business. Or maybe I want to become a nurse. Maybe I want to become a lawyer. I could risk another 10 years to become a lawyer. Anything is fucking possible. And I'm not here to rile you up. I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do and just grind and all that. I'm just here to let you know that the point in all of this is just consistency. You don't gotta give 100% every day. Sometimes you're not gonna have 100%. We're human beings. We lack. We have flaws that we need to work on. It's important to be humble. You try to listen too much to that toxicity of forgetting your mental health and your mental state and all that. You start to destroy yourself mentally. And that's a flaw, like Andrew Tate. It's a flaw in his whatever he says. You can't always give yourself 100% each day. You can give 100% of 60%, but you're not always going to be at the same place, the same feeling, the same motivation, the same all that the next day. If you try doing way too much, and if you try pushing yourself, you try ignoring yourself, you start pushing people to the side, you start to lose reality, you start to become tunnel vision. And I know what that's like, because I observed myself. I observed how I behave. Now I ain't exactly flip over, I ain't exactly lose myself, but one thing for sure is that I was losing myself within trying to achieve physical reality instead of trying to enjoy my life, trying to enjoy my journey, trying to enjoy the people around me, trying to enjoy what I have, and do just me. Of course, the goal and all that is it's gonna come. All that's gonna come. I'm working towards it. But the end goal is that I'm not gonna be happy from all that. Driving fast cars is not gonna make me happy. Having a penthouse somewhere in New York is not gonna make me happy. Going out to Dubai, treating my family, that'll make me happy. Going out with loved ones, being able to do fun things with them, that'll make me happy. Being able to feed my family, my future family, my kids, that'll make me happy. Being able to have free time to hang out with those I love. Being able to appreciate more of life instead of working a slave job that really isn't letting me get the best out of life. Because, I mean, I know the mic probably sound like shit, but look outside, man. Look outside. I don't want this to be just a motivational thing. I want it to be a realization, wake up call, something to tell you need to do something with your life. You need to fix the flaws within your life. If you're pushing yourself too much, that shit is not gonna work. You're gonna lose yourself. The relationships that you have in life are gonna be terrible. You're gonna be toxic and you're gonna push people away. You're gonna become probably someone you'd regret becoming. I for sure don't ever want to not be humble in the future. I don't want to ever become egotistical. I have my moments of pride. I have my moments of ego. I have my moments where I develop hatred, envy. But I work through that. And I always try working through that. I don't ever want to live a life of hatred, a life of jealousy. Because that's a life of sorrow, bitterness, regret, of anger, of self-hatred, of self-pity. That's not life, man. And I don't know about y'all. I know people find these videos corny and shit. I really don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, them same people who fucking hate, people who think this shit corny, are the same people who can't confront themselves in the mirror every day. They avoid the reality. They avoid the shit they gotta do. They avoid the life they gotta face. They avoid the relationships they gotta fix. They avoid the relationship they gotta fix with God. They avoid all the bullshit they've been putting to the side. All these people who've been hating, all these people who anything that's low, anything that's egotistical within pride leads to failure and it leads to a fall. And it may not lead to a fall now, but everything manifests. We live in a world where everything manifests. You plant, you give it proper grounding, you give it water every day, you will eventually manifest a plant. You have a vision, you have a plan, a structured plan. You want to build a house, you will have a house. You have the materials and all that, bam. You have a project car, you have the vision, you have the parts, it manifests itself. Someone created this t-shirt from their own thoughts. Someone came up with this design. Someone came up with the design of my haircut. Someone came up with a design of a field. Someone came up with a design of chemtrail clouds. Moral of the story: shit manifests and shit comes from thoughts. Life will always originate from thoughts. You drive around the city, thoughts are flowing around everywhere. The road you're driving on was manifested by thoughts, and it was manifested and passed on and worked on. And it shows progress, a civilization working together to build something. May not be exactly telling everything that's great, maybe yapping, but just know that there is truth, and I hope you are listening hard enough to figure something out in your life. I'm not exactly a preacher, I'm not perfect, nor am I the Bible. One thing for sure is that from my gut feeling and from my experience of living life and observing myself and observing other people, observing other people's lives, their failures, their wins, their losses, everything that triggered that, all of the steps that took what it takes to get there. I may not be no genius, but for sure thing, from observing life, shit is really simple. And sometimes we get into our head sometimes. And right now, I may be at the great state of mind, but maybe a couple of hours from now, I may be falling back, and I may be laying back, and I may not be in my best positions. I may not be at 100% tomorrow, but that's all right. At least today, I'm giving 100% of my 100%. Life is simple, really. All it takes is just consistency. Someone brought the consistency enough to make this thing popular, to make Hollister something, to make the logo something, to make this shirt something, to make the design something. Someone made it popular and worked hard enough to make this design something. Someone worked hard enough to give me this haircut. Shout out to my barber, Israel Barber. Sheesh. But someone worked hard. Just know that there's consistency and hard work behind everything. Within everything you see, everything in life, there's hard work behind everything. And that doesn't mean, what I meant to get that was consistency. It wasn't motivation and luck. Sometimes life ain't about always rolling the lucky ball. Because I don't know how many times I've heard this with so many people. Probably Mike Tyson, Andrew Tate, Logan Paul, Taekwondo, Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, Phantom, let's see, Markiplier, don't know if you know Markiplier, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, rappers like Lil Baby, Travis Scott, Ghana, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Pop Smoke, XXX, Juice WRLD, Lil Peep. Look, man, people have talent, but talent is nothing without hard work. And it's possible to have talent with hard work. Just put in the practice and the hours. Look, it's not that these people are so good that they get lucky somehow and pop. It's that these people work on getting so good. These people work on getting better. And within getting better, they eventually get so good, they don't even need luck. The probability is just so high to score that they just easily score. And they easily get game points. And then the game's done because they didn't score so much. Taylor Swift, she put in the practice. She sang for hours. Played guitar. She taught herself guitar. I'm pretty sure. Check me if I'm wrong. Taylor Swift taught herself guitar. Eventually, she grew up. She's all around the world now. She had a come up story too. Oprah Winfrey, come up story too. If you don't believe any of this shit, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in the stories of others, if you believe that people are capable of doing stupid things, failings, crashing, getting hurt, killing each other, if you could believe all these fucking stories that are happening, why can't you believe that people do great things in their lives, that God does miracles, that God does great things, that God blesses people, that you too can become someone, that you're not anybody, you're not a regular person, you're somebody. And I'm gonna leave it there at that. I'm yapping way too much, man. It's time to put in some more work. I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta fucking shower. Stinky ass food right now. Sweaty as fuck from the gym. Leg day. You know what I'm saying? Got me right. Shout out to that boy.